if you're just starting out, or though you with backpack sprayers or one of these 1 gallon sprayers, you're pumping all the time, I am going to show you how to use an Ortho Dial N Spray to where you can put it out and you're dead on balls accurate.
Dead on balls accurate?
Yes, dead on balls accurate. It's going to save you money, but it's going to diversify the product that you can put on your yard to maintain a better yard. This will do just about any concentrate that you could possibly think of, and it will open up a world to you of products that you can put on your yard. Generally, this will save you money because if you get the concentrates, they're cheaper than the hose end sprayers like this. You go out with a backpack sprayer to spray 8,000 square feet. You're probably going to have to, and that's the average yard, you're probably going to have to fill up that backpack sprayer twice. And that is a pain in the ass. This, you can literally just put your concentrate in, put on your hose, and out you go. And you don't have to go back and refill any sprayer up, particularly you guys with a gallon sprayer. How many times you got to fill it up? And I don't recommend spot treatment. I see a lot of folks online, and I have a lot of people reach out to me asking for advice and in spot treating, particularly when you got herbicides. And when you do that, it's a whack-a-mole, because if you hit one little spot in your yard over here, another weed's going to pop up over there, and that's all you get done. Plus, you're going to get turf damage that way too. A correct application from a sprayer comes down to 3 principles. 1, consistent pressure going out the spray nozzle. 2, correct speed and consistent speed of the sprayer itself. And 3, appropriate spray volume, so you are coating the weed and or target organism in the case of an insect or a fungus. If you have those 3 principles, which we're all going to address in this calibration video, you'll be just fine. So let's get started. I was not a big fan of these. And the reason I sort of went, well, I'm going to give it a shot is, and I said this in my review video, I had a sprayer that I totally started together for a small golf course that I was helping out with. I actually built the thing. So now I'm trying to figure out how to spray a very large area, particularly a football field, with a backpack sprayer, and that's just not practical. And I can put 32 ounces in this, and I can spray 32,000 square feet fairly accurately. So that's why I started really looking at the shower one. Some people go back and forth with that. The only thing about going back and forth, you have a tendency overspray to your far right and overspray to your far left. This one also has a jet, which you would never use when putting out pesticides that I know of, unless maybe you're putting an insecticide in here, knock out a hornet's nest or something like that. Use this fan. And the reason why I use this fan is you can walk and you can keep this right at waist height, and it will give you a pretty uniform spray. I'm going to go over the uniformity and how to determine that here in just a second. The actual dial itself. You have on here 1 ounce. You also have 1.5 ounces, 2 ounces, 2.5 ounces, 3 ounces, 4 ounces, and it goes clear up to 8. That means how much of the concentrate that is in here is going out for every gallon that comes out of the nozzle. The majority of pesticides require around a gallon of spray volume per 1,000 square feet of the area you're treating. It usually needs at least that much to make sure that you're getting good coverage. Some of them are as much as 2 gallons per 1,000 square feet, but usually a gallon. Read the pesticide label to find this out. As far as the calibration itself, when you put this out, practice first. Don't just grab it, fill it up, off you go. How you want to practice is this. You want to go out on a reasonably warm day and go out, with some on your asphalt. When you first get your sprayer in, go out on your asphalt, just use water only, obviously. And you want to spray that asphalt. What you're going to do then is you're going to go at a nice even pace, as I'm going here, spray the asphalt with water, then wait and watch and see how it evaporates off. In areas that evaporate off faster, or that you're putting out less volume, those will evaporate off first. So if you have an ununiform coverage it'll show up in the evaporation. For example, I went out there and when I was doing this video, I kind of messed up, and the hose, you can see here in this picture, the hose was bouncing off my back leg and it was going like this. Okay. And what was happening is I got this spray pattern because it was bouncing like this. You want to keep that steady. Whatever length of garden hose you're going to use for your spray, use the same length of garden hose when you're doing the calibration. The reason being is the longer that hose is going to be, the less pressure you're going to have going through the unit. And you're going to time yourself with a stopwatch. And it turns out with me, it takes, with 100 foot of hose on my water line, it took really, it's like 22.9. So 23 seconds it takes to spray a gallon out of this Ortho Dial N Spray. You want to overlap correctly, and you can play around with this a little bit, particularly on a hot day, and know exactly how much you need to overlap. Now, the third principle to make sure you're getting a good application is speed. How do you know speed? Okay, we talked about how it evaporates off and finding your effective width. My effective width turned out to be about 6 feet. I want to cover a gallon of spray volume per 1,000 square feet. So all I got to do is take 1,000, divide it by my effective width, in this case 6, and that gives me 166 feet. So I take the time it took for a gallon to come out of the sprayer, and then I take that time, turned out to be 23 seconds, and I need to walk at a pace of 166 feet in 23 seconds. If I maintain that, I'm at roughly about a gallon per 1,000 square feet. It's a healthy pace. Very simple fix. Instead of putting your Dial N Spray on 1 ounce for, let's say you're going out 1 ounce per 1,000. You put your Dial N Spray on 1 ounce per 1,000, put it on a 1/2 ounce per 1,000, and now instead of 23 seconds to walk 166 feet, take 46 seconds to walk 166 feet. I will say, if you are 10% above the recommended rate or 10% below the recommended rate, you're not going to hurt your grass and you're going to get fairly decent control. If, let's say you do 8,000 square feet and you don't want to put just 8 ounces in here and off you go. See what the nozzle's doing? You want to be sure that's obvious. And look how much I got to get it. I've almost, if I get down to a few ounces, the way this thing's curved, it's not going to get in there. One way that'll help that a lot, so this goes down in here, for lack of a better word, correctly, or at least goes all the way down in there. What you want to do is you want to probably cut the top of this and measure it correctly to the bottom of the Dial N Spray to where this thing hits the bottom square. And if you f it up, you can always go down to Lowe's and just get another tube, probably an auto parts store. And all you got to do is just pour it back into its original container. Don't put it in another one. Put it in the original container. Reason being is you want the instructions. You want to know what it is. You put it in a drinking bottle. There are some pesticides that look like Sprite or
another Scotch,
Mountain Dew or whatever, and a kid comes by thinking, well, it's, drink it or whatever. Never store pesticides in anything else other than the container that it came in. As far as concentrates and other products that you could put through your Ortho Dial N Spray, I have an Amazon storefront. What I did this winter, I went through Amazon pretty much soup to nuts, and I found products that I like or I have used over the last 35 years. I will leave a link in the description. You can click on that. It takes you to my Amazon storefront. Click on the ideas list. I've got a few videos on there that I've reviewed products on Amazon. You want to check those out? That's fine. But go to the ideas list. I had fertilizers, herbicides, sprayers, pre-immersion herbicides with fertilizer, liquid concentrates. Okay. The big thing I have on there that you can't get anywhere else. Well, you can. You can't get your Lowe's or Walmart seed. I basically put that together for you for just my ideas of what you might want to consider, particularly on seed. And you can go do some comparative shopping. Take it with you when you go to Lowe's, see what you like and see what you need. YouTube bases what they suggest to other people on the engagement of the video. How many likes and how many comments it gets. And the more engagement, the more they recommend it to people. And the reason why YouTube does that is if the video is is not very popular, there's no sense in putting it in front of you. However, it doesn't really put an evaluation if advice is total garbage or advice is actually good for you and helps you. I'm not here to sell anything. I'm here to help you. I actually enjoy doing this. I like making the videos. I like interacting. I also have a Facebook page, Home Lawn Care Advice. Nice thing about the Facebook page is you can take a picture of your yard, put it on there. I got 4 or 5 guys there. I got a couple of ladies there that are very good lawn care advice folks. Maybe bounce something off them as well. Look, what I'm trying to do, I'm trying grow a turf community here that's not trying to say some fertilizer brand, but just try to help you out and get you steered where you're going. And at the end of the day, it's why I became a golf course superintendent. Is I like to see the fruits of my labor. And that's why you guys are working on your home lawn, is you kind of like to be able to do it yourself, look back and go, hey, looks pretty good. Look what I did. At least in your own mind, right? I get that. And that's really, at the end of the day, what my channel was all about. So check out my Amazon storefront. Products on there that you can put out with an Ortho Dial N Spray. This thing's like I said in the title, thing's less than $20. It's a great product. So anyway, I hope this video helps. Please like and subscribe, and definitely comment your grass you have, something you learned, something you want to know, videos you want me to make. Tell me how much you hate my face. It doesn't matter. Just leave a comment, and it does help bring me up in front of other people, so maybe they can help. Maybe I can help someone else. So anyway, I'm Greg Phillips. I appreciate you watching. Good luck.